Welcome, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mrs. Kim, and I used to work with Miss Stephanie at the Families for Literacy program at Reed San Diego. I retired about, almost 2 years ago, so Miss Stephanie has been your teacher since then. It's my pleasure to be with you today, and I'm going to tell you a story that I wrote specifically for the Family Literacy program for our Gingerbread Madness. And here, as you can see, it's called Gingerbread Rex. So just like we do with our sounds, like you guys do with your sounds, you do different actions. I'm going to have you do some different actions during the story. And also, I know that in your packets that Miss Stephanie gave you, everybody got some pictures to hold up. So when we're doing the story, when you see the picture on the screen that matches yours, I want you to hold up your picture too. And there'll be some times when I want you to shout, and sometimes when I want you to roar, and sometimes when I want you to stomp your feet, okay? So sometimes you might have to stand up. And I know you guys are really good at that. So let's dive right into Gingerbread Rex, okay? Every Saturday, Isabel and her brother Maddie went to the Natural History Museum while their mama worked at the family nursery. Today was a regular Saturday. Isabel hopped out of bed and stomped down the stairs. Can you guys stomp your feet? Good job. And she made 2 pieces each of peanut butter toast with grape jelly. And after they ate breakfast, her and her brother Maddie ran out the door to go to the Natural History Museum. Isabel wanted to be a paleontologist. You guys know what a paleontologist is? I'll bet you do. That's right. It's somebody who studies fossils, especially dinosaur fossils. I know you guys like dinosaurs, and I love dinosaurs. So on this ordinary Saturday, Maddie and Isabel skipped all the 6 blocks singing to the Natural History Museum. They sang Iguanodon, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus Rex. But when they got to the Natural History Museum, it stopped being an ordinary Saturday. They walked inside and it smelled more like Vera's Bakery than like the Natural History Museum. Maddie sniffed, sniffed, sniffed. Can you guys sniff the air? Oh, can you smell it? It smells like cinnamon and nutmeg and molasses. Well, there, right in the Natural History Museum, was the biggest gingerbread house Isabel had ever seen. Maddie wanted to run inside, but the gingerbread house gave Isabel a colossal idea. She said, Maddie, let's go home and make a special surprise for Mama. And that's what they did. Off they ran, and they went all the way home. And Isabel reached up to the highest shelf and grabbed down her mama's cookbook, and she found the recipe for old-fashioned gingerbread cookies. And then she danced from cupboard to cupboard, gathering the supplies: stone ground flour, blackstrap molasses, grated ginger, cinnamon, cloves, dark brown sugar, 2 large eggs, and oh, that cannot be right. Black pepper in gingerbread cookies? I'm gonna call Nana. Oh, Isabel, Nana said, I completely forgot your mama had that recipe. She loves spicy cookies, but the pepper makes the dough a little unpredictable. You better leave it out, Nana said. Okay, Nana, Isabel thought, but secretly, she knew Mama liked spicy cookies. They gathered all the ingredients and poured them into a bowl. Isabel measured and mixed. Maddie sifted and whisked. Can you guys whisk? Like you're holding a bowl and whisk it around? Very good. Really mix it up really good. Good job. Then they rolled the dough out. Can you guys roll the dough? Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. It was a lot of dough. They make a giant cookie. Roll it. Isabel cut the surprise shape. Maddie gave it 2 raisin eyes and a gumdrop nose. They set the timer for 20 minutes and lifted it 1, 2, 3. It's pretty heavy, and put it into the oven. It smelled so good when it was baking. And Maddie said, please, can't I take just a little peek? Isabel said, okay, just 1 peek. And then everybody ready to make a big noise? Wham! Out jumped Gingerbread Rex. Maddie jumped back and Isabel shouted, run, Maddie, run! Gingerbread Rex roared. Can you guys all roar? Roar! And stomped his feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. And then he said, you can run to the east, you can run to the west, but you can't outrun me. I'm Gingerbread Rex. And off he went after Maddie and Isabel. They ran as fast as they could, and they were not looking where they were going. And ready to do wham again? Wham! They ran right into Mr. Mortimer Pig. Oink, oink, squealed Mr. Pig. Watch where you're going. Oh, exclaimed Isabel, starting to explain when from up the lane came, ready to roar, roar! And Gingerbread Rex stomped his feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. You can run to the east, you can run to the west, but you can't outrun me. I'm Gingerbread Rex. Everybody hold up your card. Very good. Okay, so, and they were running so fast, they were not looking where they were going. And ready? Wham! They ran right into Mrs. Cow. Moo, moo, said Mrs. Cow. How rude. Isabel cried, oh, and started to explain when from the ground shook and from up the lane came, ready to stomp, 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 roar. You can run to the east, you can run to the west, but you can't outrun me. I'm Gingerbread Rex. And off they ran just as fast as their feet and hooves would carry them. Well, they were running so fast that they were not looking where they were going. And wham, they ran right into Miss Hannah Horsey. Nay, said Miss Horsey, watch where you're going. Oh, cried Isabel, starting to explain. When the ground shook and from up the lane came, stomp, 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 roar. You can run to the east, you can run to the west, but you can't outrun me. I'm Gingerbread Rex. And off they ran just as fast as their feet and hooves would carry them. They were running so fast that they were not looking where they were going. And ready? Wham! They ran right into Mr. Tino, who was playing Frisbee in the park. Woof, woof, said Mr. Tino, watch where you're going. Oh, cried Isabel, starting to explain when the ground shook and from up the lane they heard, ready to stomp, 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 roar. You can run to the east, you can run to the west, but you can't outrun me. I'm Gingerbread Rex. And off they ran just as fast as their feet, hooves, and paws would carry them. They were running so fast that they were not looking where they were going, and wham! They ran right into Miss Sunny the cat. Meow, said Miss Sunny, you stepped on my tail. Oh, cried Isabel, starting to explain when the ground shook and from up the lane came stomp, 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 roar. You can run to the east, you can run to the west, but you can't outrun me. I'm Gingerbread Rex. And off they all ran, just as fast as their feet, hooves, and paws would carry them. Well, they were getting pretty close to town, and they were running really fast. and they weren't looking where they were going, and wham! They ran right into Nana, who was coming out of the market. Suddenly, though, there was the ground shaking and stomping and roaring. Everyone started to run away, but Nana just put her hands on her hips and looked at Isabel and said, "Isabel, I thought I told you to leave the pepper out of those cookies." Isabel shrugged and said, "Oh, but Nana, I know Mama loves it so spicy. I just put a little bit in." And the roaring got louder. And Isabel looked at the market and had an idea. She told everyone to go and hide in the museum because they were back at the museum again. And she ran into the market. 2 minutes later, she called into the museum, "It's safe to come out now, everyone." Maddie peeked out the door. Nana looked out. And slowly, everyone started to come out. People came back out the museum. People from the market came out. And there, next to the museum, was the biggest glass of milk anyone had ever seen. And standing next to it was Gingerbread Rex. But he was now a regular cookie. Isabel explained. She said, "I looked at the market and I thought milk. And I thought, what goes with milk? Cookies. And maybe that will turn Gingerbread Rex back into a regular cookie." And it worked. And so she reached up and she grabbed a bite off of Gingerbread Rex and took a bite. She said, delicious. Can you guys say, delicious? And just then Maddie started jumping up and down and he said, there's Mama and Grandpa. Mama came up and she took a big old bite of Gingerbread Rex and she winked at Nana. She said, spicy. And Isabel said, "Cookies and milk for everyone." And that's the end of Gingerbread Rex.